I bought this for $79, thinking it was the work of a talented artist.
An AI like ChatGPT
could replace millions of jobs.
Artificial intelligence is letting them see, well, a version of our thoughts.
This is me, deep-faked as Donald Trump.
AI. There's been a lot of things going around with AI nowadays. It's creating art, it can create faces of people, it can even write music, although it sounds like Beethoven on steroids. And there's ChatGPT, which basically can answer anything. It even writes code for you, which have raised a concern among everyone: are we going to be replaced? So almost everyone have tried using GPT for seeing how well it can generate code and perform some specific tasks.
Hire a video game using only code written by ChatGPT.
I wanted to know if ChatGPT...
I'm gonna make a game, but the AI will come up with all of the ideas.
In this video, I will challenge ChatGPT.
This is using ChatGPT.
But to truly replace a human, it needs to think like one. It should have a sense of direction. So instead of me telling GPT to make a game, ChatGPT will be telling me how the game should be, and I'll be designing and programming it. Looks like I have already submitted to AI. Eventually it's gonna happen, so why not prepare for it? So let's open ChatGPT and start prompting. You are a game designer and my boss. You have been tasked to make a game, and you have to direct me how a game is made. Please keep it a short one. So, boss, what should we work on? Tell me something. Alright, let's see what it got for us. Great, let's work on a simple puzzle game where the player has to match objects of the same color or shape to progress to the next level. We can add some power-ups and obstacles to make it more challenging. The game should have a colorful and attractive design, very intuitive, blah 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 blah. Good luck and let's make it fun. Okay, so essentially it's telling me to make a kids game. And also it's telling me to make it for mobile. I know what it's thinking, the corporate quest of money grubbing. But I really don't want to put a game like this on my Play Store page. I mean, I have a reputation. So let's ask ChatGPT for some alternative. Sure, in that case, let's aim for a web-based game that can be played on desktop or laptop computer, HTML5, JavaScript. Yeah, we can do that. Now, I know this for sure, but for ChatGPT, I'll just act as a complete layman and see what advice it comes up with. Alright, so it works. I mean, what did I expect it? Okay, let's see how it will reply to this. Great, to start, let's focus on creating a prototype of the game mechanics and testing how we can make game assets such as sprites, backgrounds, sound effects. We can work on polishing the game by adding animation, transition and sound effects so the developer makes process. Yeah, so the basic game dev stuff. Also, I should ask him if it prefers Unity or there are some other game engines it has in mind. I hope it's Unity. Yes, Unity is a popular and powerful game engine used by many game developers to create 2D, 3D, providers. Yeah, okay, cool down. You don't have to put whole thesis on it. Okay, so let's ask him about the art style of the game. Cartoon, minimalist style and retro. I'm not asking for options. Also, what was the idea again? Oh yeah, I obviously knew it. It was just a test for the AI. Okay, ChatGPT, I'm counting on you for this one. That's correct, but let's ask for some references first. Alright, so obviously some nice games, but I don't think they are ideal for a puzzle game. Okay, ChatGPT, which one should we go for? While it's important to be inspired by other games, it's also important to create a unique and original game that stands out on instead of directly copying the art style of another game. Oh, AI talking about copying stuff. Ever heard of your cousin's Stable Diffusion?
Hi, my name is and I'll be narrating some of the upcoming A prompts result.
Okay, one last time. Please give me step-to-step instructions. I know nothing. Let's try that again. Otherwise, it will prove that AI can't think of their own.
Great question. I recommend starting with the game mechanics and coding the basic gameplay functionality.
Many unbearable hours later.
Good luck and have fun creating your game.
Okay, so we do have some clear instructions now. Let's ask some more questions for clarification. Should the game be 2D or 3D? We'll go for a 2D game. For obvious reasons, of course. The decision of whether to make game 2D or 3D will depend on several factors such as your target platform, your game mechanics and your personal preferences. However, since you mentioned that you don't need to explain that much. Can we get a bit creative on the game idea? Something like creating a theme or similar stuff like that. Brainstorm ideas, consider the game mechanics, research. Well, I want you to do that, so kindly do that. Let's try this. Gravity based puzzle game, endless runner with a twist, musical platformer, and that's not even the game idea. Not suggesting anything. Okay, let's not go anywhere else, let's keep it simple. So ChatGPT, continue.
Sure, I can share more knowledge on creating a matching game with Unity. Here are some additional steps you could follow. 1. Create the basic game board. Remember, these are just the basic steps for creating a matching game in Unity, and there are many ways to customize and add complexity to the game mechanics.
What was the game idea again?
No problem. The game idea we discussed earlier was a minimalist puzzle game where the player matches shapes or colors to progress through levels. The game will be a 2D game developed using the Unity game engine with a simple and clean art style.
Shapes or colors?
The player can match either shapes or colors in the game. For example, the game board might be filled with different colored circles or squares, and the player must match 2 circles or 2 squares of the same color to progress to the next level. Or, the game board might be filled with different shapes and colors, and the player must match.
Okay, let's start creating our project then. Also, let's ask one more thing. Do we need to make a LAL based game or there are some other alternatives? LAL based games are a common approach for puzzle games. They allow the player to progress to the next levels, endless mode, time based challenges, daily challenges, multiplayer. Nah, I ain't doing that. What about time based? Time based challenges can be a great way to add sense of urgency and excitement to the puzzle game. To implement a time-based mode in your game, you can start by adding a timer to the game screen. The player can then race against the clock to match the required number of shapes or colors. Yeah, so basically there's a timer and you have to match as much shapes as possible in a limited amount of time. Okay, so let's finally start creating this in Unity. First, I created the drag and drop functionality and tested out with some squares because AI told me to first make mechanics, more or less. I guess so. Then I also asked AI to tell me what shapes to be included. Also the colors. Damn, so much colors. I'm not getting a good feeling about this. Then after completing the game mechanics, I started doing the shapes. And how much size does a hexagon have? Obviously, I knew it was again a test for the AI. I know what basic shapes are. So I got all the objects here. Now I have to ask AI what to do next. Let's ask him how should the spreading of objects work. Okay, we'll go for the random one. Might as well ask how should the game works. The game starts with a grid of game pieces randomly or strategically placed on the screen. The player must swap 2 adjacent game pieces to create a row or column of 3 or more matching game pieces when the player creates a map. What? We are not making Candy Crush. But that wasn't the game. It should work like you can drag an object on top of other, and that's how we see if it matches. Please keep this in mind and again tell me how should the game works. The game starts with a set of game pieces arranged on the screen. Each game piece is a different shape and color, okay? The player can drag a game piece and place it on top of another game piece to see if they match. Very well. If the 2 game pieces match in either shape or color, they disappear from the screen and the player earns some points. Well enough. The game ends when there are no more matches available or the player reaches a certain score or level objective. To add more challenge to the game, you can introduce special game pieces such as obstacles that block certain matches or power-ups that give players certain abilities. We'll see about that. You can also include different game modes such as timed mode where the player has to make as many matches as possible within a certain time limit. Finally, you can add visual and audio feedback to make the game more engaging and satisfying. For example, you can include sound effects when game pieces disappear or add particle effects when a power-up is activated. What type of power-ups you're talking about here? And I can't be bothered with playtesting how much time and points should we give to the player. I'm just a guy who's told to make this total piece of garbage. Let's ask the game designer itself the values. Okay, so we have everything we need. Let's complete our project then. Alright, so our game works. Not a fan of it though. But it's not my game, and also I'm not being paid for this to make, so you'll only get this, buddy. And without that being said, let's work on our UI then. What font should we use for the game? Suggest me a one. God damn it, just tell me only one. Okay, finally, Roboto. That's a classic one. I hate this, I totally hate this. Yeah, our shitty game is working. Let's ask AI about the power up. I am thinking of implementing the time power up. Can you tell me what icon can I use for it? Okay, clock sounds good. So I added the time power up. When you click it, you'll get some extra time. Now I was not liking colors that much, or maybe it's a shade problem. Let's see if AI can help us on this one. So ChatGPT did give me some good color schemes. I experimented with queries asking it specific shades of a color, tried them in Unity, but yeah, didn't help at all. Let's just get this over with. Then I also asked it more playtesting questions, added some particle effects and sounds. It was looking a bit better, I would say. And for the final thing, I didn't like the idea that either the shape or color needs to be same for a match. It was making the game easy. So I just asked AI for its final verdict. Say anyone without an explanation. That should stop it from writing a whole essay. Man, ChatGPT is like that irritating smart child in the classroom that everyone hates. Alright boys and girls, let's see the final decision. Say no more. Then I quickly created a WebGL build, uploaded on itch.io so you can play, but I don't know why anyone would play this. Again, I wasn't happy with the result, and I absolutely don't blame it on AI. You can get pretty cool results with prompt engineering and all that stuff with ChatGPT. It was just that I've lately been busy with some other things, and there is a video or a game which I've been teasing over from a long time, and I need to complete and upload that soon. So I didn't want to work on this game for a long time, and that's why I didn't put that much effort into it. But if you are here till the end, thank you very much. Subscribe so you can get more videos and amazing games like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
Woo, 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 woo. Oh my god. I can't stop playing this game. It's like every time I match a shape, I get a shot of pure adrenaline. Brr. This game is seriously the most fun I've had in ages. I